Today I'm gonna share with you one of my favorite recipes, and you're gonna say, yeah, we know that because you always say the same thing. That's true. I always share with you my super favorite recipes because the recipes that I don't love, they're going out. Now with the Thermomix, I have the time to make those complicated recipes that I used to love, but then I don't have the time. Now I have the time. So now I'm sorting out all my recipes, and I'm going to share only the ones that my family and I think they're a 10. I don't settle for less than a 9.3, I would say. So these are Mexican muffins, like a pound cake, made with something that you only find in Mexico. It is called nata. Nata is like the milk fat, and it's hard to find in the US, but I have a little trick to make nata muffins just as if you were in Mexico, and believe me, you're going to love them. Super easy. So let's get started. So these are our ingredients. What are we gonna need? I'm gonna need 2 cups of sugar, 2.5 cups of white flour, 4 eggs, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 cups of whipping cream. Here, you see, I'm gonna pour it here. And the person who gave me this recipe told me that if I don't have the nata is the cream of the milk that we find in Mexico, and we love it. In the US, we can replace it with heavy whipping cream, and the result is the same. Don't replace this recipe with butter. We need the heavy whipping cream. So with my heavy whipping cream, I'm gonna show you that I poured 2 cups here. Usually when we use heavy whipping cream, we just pour it and toss it. But I wanna show you something. I opened it here, and you're gonna find that here we have milk fat. This is the nata that we love in Mexico. So don't let it go to a waste. You probably don't want it in your arteries, but what you can do is, whenever you bake something like right now, put it in your mix, or you can spread it on toast. That's the way we do it in Mexico, spread it on toast, but never ever toss one of those little cartons in the trash without knowing all the milk fat that you got here. It's super yummy, super yummy. In Mexico, we eat them with conchas, you know, the Mexican bread that it looks like a shell. They're called conchas, and we love it. Don't use a lot, because then you get like a little indigested, because it's a little fat, a lot of fat, but you're gonna love it. So now we're going to use this whipping cream instead of nata and instead of butter. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I also lined up a muffin tray with these little paper cups. And in theory, I should make this as a pound cake. But the truth is that since in my family nobody has self-control, if I make it a pound cake, we're going to eat it in one sitting. So I prefer just making it muffins, and I give everyone, I leave out like 3 or 4, and the rest I put them in a ziplock bag in the freezer. And you would think that they lose flavor or quality or anything. They don't lose anything. Just 3 hours before dinner, I just take out the muffins, and by the time we were having dessert, we can eat them. And it has worked for us. So you can have that option, or make it a pound cake. But I don't know how much you leave it in the oven for a pound cake. I'll owe you that. Anyway, let's get started. All of the ingredients have to be ready, because I'm going to first add the whipping cream into the Thermomix, and then while it's mixing it, I'm going to add the eggs and the flour and all the rest of the ingredients without stopping the Thermomix. So I will not have time to pause it to measure anything. So make sure you have everything measured, and then we add it step by step, like one on one through the lid hole. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. The first thing I'm going to do is add the whipping cream to the Thermomix, to the bowl, and I'm going to whip it for 40 seconds at speed 7. And when it's done, I'm going to use the spatula to lower down the cream that is going to be attached to the bowl. It went a little too much and it became butter and buttermilk, but it's okay. The recipe will still be the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it 2 minutes at speed 4, and through the little hole I'm going to add the sugar and the eggs. And when it's done, I'm going to lower it down with the spatula. Now I'm going to leave it for 1 minute at speed 3.5, and while it's going, I'm going to add the vanilla, the baking powder and salt, and the flour. Okay, it's ready, look at it. Now I'm going to put it in the little paper cups, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. Here they are. I ended up with 16 little muffins, and now I'm going to stick them in the oven. I forgot to tell you, I left them in the oven for 35 minutes. In the minute 30, I checked with this. I use this to check if they're dry in the center. And they were dry, but they're a little too whitish on the top. So I thought maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. And then, well, that's the time in which I'm in the window checking that they're perfect. They're ready, look. Now, and wait until you try them, because they are incredibly delicious. And yeah, they taste like a bakery muffins. So try them, and if you have any questions, let me know. I was a little like, oh my gosh, it separated. It had never separated before, and I had the recipe tested. I don't know why the whipping cream separated this time, but I thought, well, it has to work because it's the same ingredients, butter with buttermilk, and ended up the same way. So give it a try, let me know, and thank you. Bye.